Story number 5. The title is My Love Story. I still remember the first time I realized that love can grow from unexpected direction. In fact, it can appear from someone who has been walking the same path as me for a long time without me realizing it, without me paying attention. Someone who indirectly grows together in the same space or village. His name is Sheila. The woman who used to be just a classmate at school is now the name I mention most often a prayer. It's fun if you think about it. From kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school to senior high school, we are always the same school. But to be honest, during this time I never even thought of him more than just a classmate. I know him, but I don't know him. And he probably knew that I was just a classmate who was passed in the corridor or sat in the back row during the ceremony. When I was in the high school, I was in 10th grade, he was in the 11th grade. During the most period, he became student council committee. I still remember that moment very well, and I don't know why. The moment is firmly engraved in my heart. Lo, school here to Rijal. He said with a smile when he saw me in the front of class. I was surprised. He remembered my name? I awkwardly replied, yes, I accept it here. And that was our first conversation, and that time I had noticed there was no strange vibration, no heart beating faster, no stupid smile behind the door of the room. Maybe because at the time I still had a boyfriend, and he also had a girlfriend. Our world is too full to pay attention to each other. After that moment, I went back to living my life in the usual school, study, dating, and occasionally playing an internet cafe. Please, I don't know. He's back to being figure that I can only see from distance during the ceremony when walking home with his friends. Time goes after graduating from high school. I did not go straight to college. I just for a gap year for first look experience and finally learn English at Pare. Meanwhile, Sheila turned out of the studying in Stasia, Surabaya, majoring management. I don't know at all. In fact, even though our house in the same village, even though it's just a different hamlet, I never heard of it. Maybe it's because we are not once looking for each other. But fate has a unique way to bring together two people who were almost like two parallel lines. One day, my village held establishment of cadet or color organization. Young people from all over the village were invited to meeting, and that were the first time in years I saw it again. She sat in the corner of the room, wearing black veil and a wet top. His smile is the same, his eyes too, but this time, for some reason, it felt different. It's like saying an old book that used to never be interesting to read, but suddenly makes me curious. We finally exchange with each other. I told that I'm now studying at 7th August 1945 Surabaya, majoring in English Literature semester 4. He is already in the 7th semester in the preparing a thesis. I was so he is already that far and I'm just getting started. But our conversation felt like comfortable, not as awkward as before. Maybe because now we are no longer shy high school student, or maybe because the test is starting to grow slowly. We started to meet together often, discuss about the work program of Karang Taruna, or just sit together while waiting for others to come from the one who initially talked about the organization. Slowly became a college story, family story, even an ex story. Yes, I know who his ex is, and he knows who my girlfriend is. How things that used to seem important suddenly become a warm conversation. I cannot say exactly when I started to like him. Maybe when I laughed out when I joked about activity proposal. Maybe when he told me he had surrounded to write his thesis but keep struggling. Or maybe when he come help me prepare financial statement even though it was not just his job. Talk about them, we learned that love is not only about feeling comfortable, but also about how to deal with discomfort together. At June 28 finally came, we did not go far, just had a simple dinner at our favorite restaurant. On the wooden table with a dim light and calm atmosphere, I clasped his hand and said, "Thank you, Sil. It's been a while from a year. Thank you for coming to believe me, even though I know the road is necessarily easy." Sheila smiled, her eyes were utterly. "I also think, usual. It has become the most comfortable place for me to go home. We have learned a lot of relationship and I believe we can still keep learning together." The night was not an ordinary night. That night marks the end and based on the beginning of another. We realize that our journey is still long, but one thing is for sure, we ready to go through it together. Our love story may not be full of flowers and drama like in the movie, but precisely because of it simply it feels real. We are not perfect couple, but we try to improve each other. We don't always agree, but we always choose to stay together. And here I am now, reading this story with a gratitude. A love story, the start from not talking to each other. That become that wanting to stop talking. From not knowing each other to talking care each other. From two individuals on different paths to a pair of humans who want to live in the same path. The end of the story is not really end because actually this is the beginning of everything new. The beginning of the big plan that we want to make come true, the beginning of the challenge that we will face together, and the beginning of love hopefully will continue to grow day after day. For Sheila, which is always my prayer, thank you for being my beautiful love story.